do you think, what's your take on the RNC so far? How does it compare to what the Democrats put on last week?
Two huge contrasts. Number one, they're talking about actual policy, and they're talking about things that the president has gotten done, whether it's school choice, economic opportunity zones, tax reform, regulatory reform to get out of the way of entrepreneurs, the reform of the VA, justice reform that even Democrats have been asking for decades. This president has gotten more done in 3 years. Let's not even forget a whole new branch of the military in the Space Force, and then what he will get done over the next 4 years. Contrast that with the DNC last week, and it was basically bashing on Trump. The other thing that I really appreciated is that we heard from business owners, frontline workers, first responders, parents, and others, as opposed to the nonstop celebrity parade that we saw with the DNC. We heard from everyday Americans and how those good policies that the president has put in place have positively impacted their lives. At the end of the day, I think there's going to be two questions at the end of both conventions. One is, who is best positioned to return our economy to the boom that it was in just a few months ago, and who is best positioned to take on China? You did not hear a peep from the Democrats about the existential threat that China is, the responsibility for coronavirus, and how we have to bring our manufacturing home. All of those things I think you're going to hear over the next few days.
Yeah, and one of the things, too, that we've been hearing from the Trump campaign, I should say, not the Trump administration during these events of this week, is the forward-looking agenda. One of those things focuses on what the White House plans to do with veterans. Of course, it's something that's been a core foundation of President Trump's agenda. I understand you're participating in a White House event coming up here. Tell us about that.
Well, I'll have the opportunity to be at the White House on Thursday as the president accepts. I'm going to speak tomorrow on a number of issues that the president is doing, not just for our veterans, where he gives them now, with the Veterans Choice, the opportunity, if you can't get the care you need from the VA, to just go to your doctor, which is a reform veterans have been asking for years, but also to fully fund our military after years and years of Obama-Biden cuts. And we cannot afford, with China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, and the still existential threat from global terrorism, to go backwards in terms of our military readiness and preparedness. But if you look at what Biden did under Obama, from pulling American leadership back to really tying the hands of our military with restrictive rules of engagement, we have every reason to expect that he is going to take that approach again. That is not what President Trump has done. He has unleashed our military against ISIS, taken out Baghdadi, taken out Soleimani, stood up to China, toughest ever sanctions and other measures against Russia, and tried to bring North Korea to the table diplomatically. All of those things we need to be talking about in the next few days, because what this convention is doing is cutting through the mainstream media's nonsense and narrative and agenda to really get that message to the American people.
And it's something we may very well hear more about tonight. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is one of the speakers, so we'll have to keep our eyes and ears peeled for that. Congressman Michael Waltz.
I love the fact that he's speaking from Israel with everything this president has done. But thanks so much.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.